Okay, so we're going to take a look at urinary system, chapter 25. There are several objectives here, not too many. You've got the organs and functions, anatomy, process involved in the production of urine, mechanisms involved in the regulation of urine, process of urine movement, effects of aging, and diseases. So let's take a look at the organs and functions of the urinary system. So this is objective one. This video is over objective one. So the functions of the urinary system you would think would be making urine. Actually, that's a byproduct. What the urinary system is really doing is cleansing the blood and getting rid of the waste, regulating pH, regulation of blood pressure, regulation of solutes in the blood, that's dissolved particles, regulation of red blood cell concentration. I know, that's kind of weird, huh? Remember we talked about EPO, which was secreted by the kidneys, and then the last step in the synthesis of vitamin D. So these are the functions of the urinary system, which is, by the way, controlled by guess who? The nervous system. Urinary system doesn't do anything without being told by the nervous system what to do. So you can kind of think of the urinary system as more of a regulator of plasma makeup. It controls what's in the plasma rather than a urine producer. That's kind of an afterthought. So you need to kind of switch your thinking a little bit about that. If you need a little bit of extra information, Armando Sudigan's got a pretty good video, about 13 minutes, on the urinary system. So keep in mind, the function you need to come away with is the kidneys are actually the producer of urine. The ureter carries the urine to the bladder. The bladder stores the urine until micturition, which is urination, and then the urethra carries urine to the exterior. So the primary function of the kidneys, yes, it's to make urine, but that's a byproduct. The main thing it does is regulate body fluid composition. So we're going to keep the blood, keep the good stuff in the blood, and get rid of the waste in the form of urine. So the kidneys determine what needs to be thrown out and what needs to be kept. The physical characteristics of urine, the color should be pale to deep amber. Again, that depends on the amount of water that you've got. If you're dehydrated, it's going to be more of that deep amber color. If you're very hydrated, it's going to be more of a pale color. So straw, kind of a straw yellow is kind of what you're looking for. Should not have an odor, should be odorless. Specific gravity should be between 1.003 and 1.032. Again, the more hydrated you are, the lower that specific gravity. Specific gravity is basically density, okay, without the units. And then the more dehydrated you are would be a higher specific gravity. They also check protein. You shouldn't have any protein or very little. Protein is too big a molecule to be coming through your kidneys. It should not be able to pass through. So if someone has protein in their urine, that tends to be a sign of, hey, something's going wrong with the kidneys, because you shouldn't be passing protein. Ketones shouldn't have any. Nitrites, shouldn't have any. Shouldn't be any blood in the urine, and should not have any glucose in the urine. These things are the body wants to keep, or they're too big to pass through the kidney, too big to be filtered through. So if these end up showing up in the urine, that tends to be, again, a sign that things are passing through, large particles are passing through that shouldn't be. Believe it or not, you're going to have about 1.2 to 2 liters per day of urine being excreted. Anything more than that 2 liters a day, polyuria, means more urine, that's over 2,000 milliliters. Now that would be greater than 2 liters, because 2 liters and 2,000 milliliters is the same thing. So anything greater than that 2 liters is going to be considered polyuria. Anything less than 500 milliliters, which would be 0.5 liters, be half a liter. Anything less than that would be oliguria, meaning you're not producing enough urine. And then anuria, the A means not. That means total suppression of urine, so less than 100 milliliters per day, so less than 0.1, that should be liter, sorry. Less than 1 liter per day if we're using the same consistency here with the units. Okay, Urinalysis, they do this again to see, make sure the kidneys are functioning properly, and it gives a clue to, is there a disease in the kidneys somewhere. So what you should see, believe it or not, urine should be clear, shouldn't have a lot of cloudiness to it. So clear. I need y'all to understand, and I was picky on this with AMP1 for those of y'all that did this lab with me. Not everybody's been doing it because we've been on virtual, but clear and colorless are two different things. Clear means you can see through it. In other words, you could have red Kool-Aid and you can see through red Kool-Aid. You can read the other side. So that's clear. Colorless is lack of color. Two completely different things. Okay. So if you have cloudy urine, that's a bad thing. Okay. There's all different kinds of colors here. Purple, you're not going to see purple urine, but people can have all different kinds of colors of urine, and it just kind of gives you an idea what colors represent. So it does make a difference. A lot of times, again, browns and blacks tend to be an idea of liver disease, cancer, liver disease, that kind of stuff. I'm not going to ask you the specific colors of urine or the different appearances of urine. I was just kind of putting that out there for you to know there can be differences. Okay, so that's it with objective 1.